Hello my friends and welcome back. Today we are talking about body swap, which is a very specific DFHack command that works in adventure mode to switch your player character with any other living thing at a moment's notice. It is a little tricky to set up. You're going to see in this footage I'm going to switch between my classic Grackle Man. I'm going to move into the body of a crab. I'm going to quickly get disappointed with the body of a crab and then hack the crab's stats up so that I can move quickly enough. We're then going to move across a mountain and, some hillsides, some things like that, find the body of an elf, which we'll be much happier with, and then from there, once we have the body of an elf, we will, ironically, change back into the body of a bird, thus giving us flight again and returning us almost as good as we were. It'll never be as good as Grackle Man. Grackle Man has wings and he has arms. I haven't used body swap successfully off of him only because he's the best, and there's nothing else that's as dynamic as hacked Superman Grackle creature. But that being said, we've already switched into the crab. It's a very simple command in DFHack. It's body swap. The main challenge that you're going to run into is actually selecting another creature in the way that the command is going to recognize. And how you want to do that is you're going to use look. That'll give you a keyboard cursor. That's a little hard to say. A keyboard cursor. And you can then use that to center on any other creature. And then from there, you actually have to select them again. You'll know that you have them selected when it's showing their character sheet. When it's saying like, this is, when it's listing their skills, you will know that you're in the right place. And then from there, you just hit body swap and you will change into that other creature. Thank you. A few people recommended this as a fun DFHack command. I'm going to especially give credit to, I'm hacking right now. I'm hacking my crab stats all the way up. If you want to, slow down this video and rewind it and see how I did that as well. Also very easy in DFHack. I've talked about that in other videos. Hack any creature to make it super, super strong. But so I hacked my crab so it can climb this mountain and find something else that I can body swap into. What was I saying? Oh, a few people recommended this as a fun command. I do want to especially thank Saltwater Aquifer, one of my oldest and most respected commenters, because they specifically mentioned it to me twice, and I did forget the first time. So twice is how long it takes before I actually get a message. So thank you for that. But body swap is really fun. The way that Saltwater recommend playing it, the way that they enjoyed this was anytime that a creature killed their main character, they would then body swap to the killer and live as the killer until something killed that. And that was like a really organic way to see here the crab has now invaded this hut of sleeping elves, and we are now choosing which elf we wish to claim the body of, and we body swap when we become an elf. By the end, we become a bird just because we want to fly again. And that's pretty understandable. Honestly, flight, it turns out to be so critical in adventure mode. So this was interesting. When I switched to the elf, I was not initially able to wake him up, because I had body swapped to him while he was asleep. So I had to wait for him to naturally wake up in the morning, it seems like. But now, here we go. I'm running through the woods as an elf to find something else. If you search in DFHack, just start typing in body swap, you'll find this command. Like I said, the main challenge is to find how to take your cursor and select another creature in your UI, but you can do that with the look command pretty easily, and it didn't take me too long to figure out. Right here, you're seeing the elf. I'm getting stuck because I can't fly, and I miss being able to fly. And also, I haven't trained up this elf. He's not ready. He's not ready like my hacked crab or birdman are. But this is a really interesting thing. I found a vault, which is one of the procedurally generated, adventure dungeons that you can check out in adventure mode. And I turned into like a blind cave weasel man, which was also not as good as my Grackle Man. Honestly, the birdman is the height of evolution in this game. Here you go. So I just body swapped to a bird so I can fly again. There you see, I take off in the air. I think after this, I'm probably going to the only thing I haven't explored is maybe the deep sea. So maybe if I can find like an undead whale or some kind of interesting zombie fish creature, I can really explore some haunted seas or something, which is, the final exploration. We've actually switched footage over. So this is the bonus. If you made it this far, I've also been playing Fortress mode again. I almost forgot how to say Fortress mode because it's been so long. But the premise of this one is Land of the Giant Lost World. Everything in this game is very agitated. So the way it works with savagery is with very, very high savagery, animals will get agitated and come at you if you disturb nature. They're kind of like elves, where if like trees go down or anything, it'll bother them. So this game is constant giant animals constantly attacking. I think I saved this footage because it's quite interesting. What we do is we end up like hunting all these giant birds and also trading simultaneously. So like, there's people fending off these giant birds that are dive bombing and, scooping up. Oh, so you'll see as well that a bunch of my fortress guys get stuck in trees because the birds drag them up into trees and then leave them there and they can't get back down. So I ended up making step ladders and trying to save some of these. We're following a bird right now, a giant agitated masked lovebird. And this one has been challenging. We've definitely had a lot of dead. We've had a lot of, we've had to make a lot of gravestones to keep the ghosts down. I'm saving as total giant agitation continues. I ended up actually sealing this fortress off and just dealing with the cave instead because the surface is so full of agitated giants. But we've been doing okay. As you can see, we're sometimes using DFHack, using a fast dwarf, and using things like that to give us ourselves an edge. But okay, this is my question, and let me just take a sip. My question to all of you, and by the way, this is one of my one-take videos, which I haven't done in a while. Let me know if the editing or the one-take is better. I feel like my flow is a little better on the one-takes, but the editing, I get more to the point more. To that end, let me get to the point here. Oh, I do remember. So I wanted to ask everybody, so it turns out that this environment constantly spawns agitated giant things, and that's fine because we have a cage trap system, we have well-trained soldiers, and we have a pit, so we can pit animals and get rid of them as we need to clear up cages and keep the cycle going. But so many of them are flying creatures that the pit doesn't work, and so I think I have to build like a drowning room. And then get the stockpile so that all the birds end up in this room, and then the room floods, and then we can clear these corpses. I don't know, could we train them? Is it worth trying to train a giant agitated bird? Please leave in the comments if you have any experience with that. I'm not even too familiar with how animal training works, except that you can eventually train a caged animal and then sell it as some kind of domesticated. I'm not even really sure, but I have a giant bird problem is my point. I have this big giant bird problem, and they're filling up cages, and I can't even pit them. I can't even process them for meat normally, because as soon as you let them go, they're at full efficiency. They're flying around, they're eating the children. It's a real problem. You see the menu I'm pulling up now, a million agitated giant lorikeets. This is a giant albatross above that. Giant lovebirds I was showing just before that. But so yeah, that's everybody. That's everything I wanted to show everybody. Just real quick, the body swap thing is really cool. It's a great way to learn adventure mode even more intimately. There's no way to lose because you can always body swap to something else and really learn how every single creature works in this game if you want to. And like I said, possess a bird if you want to fly, possess a fish if you want to swim. Like really, really check out your map from the perspective of any living animal. It's just body swap. Just type it in DFHack for adventure mode, and it should work if you're doing it correctly. I don't know, that's easier said than done. And the other thing was to show you my Land of the Giants Lost world, show you all these giant birds, and how we are dealing with it. And it's quite funny and quite brutal. Everyone's dying. The other thing was that, I posted some Noita content and some Fear and Hunger content, and, I'm branching out into other things, but I did want, the core fans. I know where my fans are. They want Dwarf Fortress, so don't you ever worry. I'm always going to have a Dwarf Fortress game on the stove for you anytime you check in. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But I am still playing Dwarf Fortress, and you don't have to worry about that. I will be updated as soon as we get adventure mode in Steam. I'm going to be heavy on that. So again, I'm rambling. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I'm running out of footage. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. I really shouldn't do the one-take videos. They always turn out rougher, but maybe more authentic. All right, goodbye. I'm sorry if this wasted anyone's time. Okay, goodbye. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.